Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you a 5-week performance that will go down in the history books. The run of Toddsanity. How many of you guys had Todd Gilliland of Legacy Motor Club taking home the million? I'm willing to bet none of you, besides maybe his dad. I wouldn't have blamed you. For the first round at Sonoma, he had to beat the guy whose first win came at that track. And he just so happens to be on a career season with his new team. How does one overcome this? You don't. You just allow one of his tires to perish early. When Suarez had to make that unscheduled stop, he could never recover. And so Todd gets away with a 29th place finish. How thrilling. On to round 2. A second Spire Motorsports car is in Todd's way, and he's also having a career season. But this is where a new player comes in. None other than Todd's teammate, Zane Smith. You see, Zane and Carson have been exchanging words in the days leading up to the race. And it all came to a head on Sunday.
Man, it's pretty hard contact with the right side.
Zane may have broken the #1 rule of stock car racing and embarrassed himself in the process, but he took one for the team. Carson could not recover his race from there. And for Toddsanity, a P16 is all he needs. Now for the wild card. A super speedway in modern-day Atlanta. Echo Park Speedway. There's less than 10 laps to go, and Todd is way behind his opponent, Alex Bowman. However, for the second week in a row, a teammate will play a role in Todd's favor, but not the one you'd expect.
A little bit of a wreck behind him. Larson spinning to the inside wall. Big wreck in the turn.
Kyle Larson is growing a habit of getting in his own way this year, and this time his antics have got Bowman caught in the crossfire. Todd would get the better of him on the final restart. 2 Spire cars and 1 Hendrick car, all fall into the might of the toddler. But now he's gonna face the only Hendrick driver who's won a race this season, at one of the toughest tracks on the calendar. Chase Elliott starts way higher than Todd, but if there's one thing we can rely on in this tournament,
this is the problem.
the teammates will foil everything. That caution trapped Chase 2 laps down, while Todd was sitting in the top 10. And so Gilliland racks up a solid P8 to find himself at the finale at none other than Indianapolis. The final obstacle to achieving Toddsanity is none other than the 3rd best driver in NASCAR in Ryan Blaney. Blaney starts 13th at the Brickyard. So how does Todd respond? That's slightly suboptimal. The laps are winding down, and Blaney is cruising way ahead of Gilliland, near the top 10 even. This may very well be the end of the road.
Trying to come back after that extended stop when they had to wait on.
Oh, around they go.
Blaney into the wall. Think about the in-season challenge. Oh my goodness.
He's coming, Steve. Todd Gilliland is not even sure what he's going to see if he sees that 12 car.
What do you get when you get a crash that damages the one guy you need to have a bad day, a restart that puts you ahead of him, and a racetrack and car combination that makes passing harder to do than getting a match on Tinder? You get the successful run of Toddsanity. Simply staying out of trouble for 5 weeks has been rewarded with a fat bonus. Oh, and you get your first Cup Series trophy too. This has got to be one of the silliest ideas NASCAR had in recent memory. I hope they keep it forever.